Day 54. I've been trying to make a video now. I've attempted the beginning of 4 videos today. And the reason is because some really amazing things have shown up recently. I worked with a client all day yesterday and had so much new content magically develop and come through. And this morning I helped someone and worked with them, and so much content came through, including exercises and all kinds of stuff. And every time I started a video this morning, I wanted to tell you about those processes. And in doing that, I went into my head. And, oh, this is so weird. Okay, I also want you to know something too. I'm working on a book right now, and we have note cards laid out all over the table. And the note cards are like this. My computer right now is sitting on top of note cards. And the note card right in front of me, right in front of my computer, is this one. You are the process, not the breakthrough. And I was just talking about different processes that I was going to tell you about. And what I mean by that was I was going to tell you about all these different things because I thought that what I had said was so profound at the time that I wanted to reiterate it to you. But what was so profound was that at the time that I said it, not now. In other words, what I was about to give you was a moment that was the same as when you try to tell someone a joke that has that you had to be there feel, where you tell someone a joke, but what was so amazing about the joke was not the content, it was the moment. What was so incredible about that joke was in that time you heard the joke and you let go. And what's so incredible when you fall in love with someone is you let go. But then years later, you could be around the same person and not feel in love, right? So it's not the person. It's not the joke, right? And everything in your life that you attribute to your happiness is not that thing. It's that you let go, or you evolved, or you grew in that moment. And in that moment, you felt so good that you finally let go. So you drink and you feel buzz, so you let go. And then you believe it's alcohol that made you happy. Or you might feel safe with someone specific, so you let go. But then later they're not safe. So this is confusing because they were your source of happiness because they were the safe person, but now they got mad. And what I was going to tell you was a method that worked earlier today because it came through in that moment when it was needed. And it was truly something that was so exciting to me that I let go while I was saying it. So when I tried to make a video for you today, I tried to retell you about it as if the method was so much more exciting, but it's not. So right now I'm discovering this. And what I'm trying to say is that you, every time you're happy or sad, it has almost always nothing to do with anything outside of you. It has to do with that in that moment you let go. And this goes all the way even to meditation. Meditation is a way that I help myself let go, but it's not necessarily the answer to life, right? So in those moments when I meditate, I do let go. And I still don't think I shouldn't meditate. I'd like to still. It's a way that I help myself let go. But it's still not the meditation that's amazing. It's still not the thing you said in that moment. It's not the joke that's amazing. It's actually you that's what's amazing. For real. So when you have something and you got to run and go tell someone it, What was amazing was not the joke that you said, it's that it came through you when you let go, when you surrendered. And what's blowing my mind is the realization on an even deeper level that it truly, I remember when I went raw vegan for 90 days, and I then later thought everyone should go raw vegan, and later I tried to do it and it didn't have nearly the same effect. And that was because I had already learned it. I had learned that thing. But what was amazing about raw vegan, the time that I did it, was that I was having to surrender old ways of eating, and it was a highest excitement for me, and I was listening to my deepest calling and doing what I felt that I was supposed to do at the time. But then a couple years later, I was in my head and I was like, I gotta go raw vegan again, and I started it and it didn't work. Now I'm doing it right now, but that's not the same thing. I'm not doing it as a desperation thing. I'm actually just going, I want to eat healthy right now. So take in that if you're proud of an idea even that came out of you, let's say you're coming and you go, I got the best idea. Sometimes people will come up to me and go, I have the best idea. You should do your EOL, do your Evolving Out Loud on this channel or for this type of people, or you should take what you're doing and do it for blah, blah, blah. And they're so excited about their idea, and they don't understand that I'm looking at you, that the idea came out of you. Don't try to get me excited about your idea. That's like an apple tree making one apple and going, look everybody, and it doesn't get that it could be making apples all day, and it's just obsessed with this one apple, and that obsession is stopping it from actually experiencing what it is versus what it did. The idea that came out of you is not what you made, it's what you are. You are the source of all of your ideas. So realize every time you have an idea that's exciting, get excited about it, because you can print these things all day. So even when I came up with something that was so profound this morning for me that I really wanted to share it, the only way that it would come across amazingly for you is if I had taped it in that moment, because you would have been so blown away, not by the idea, but the moment that it was coming through, and the moment that you would have connected to me in, because you would have let go just as much as I was letting go when I said it. So this is why it's crazy to get obsessed with anything outside of you and get excited about what you are in your soul. Not egoically. Don't fall in love with you egoically. I don't mean that. I mean really understand that when you let go, when you're really happy, when you have these ideas, when all these things, they all freaking came from you, and really even more, they came from the moment, which I believe more and more is what you are. So they came from this space. They came from out of nowhere into thin air. They came from nothing into form. So that's what's so profound for me, is that I'm accessing something that's exciting, but even the greatest ideas that I had this morning can't touch what can come out of me right now. So don't get so obsessed with what you did in the past, because right now there's even better. Don't even go, I wish I had that old thing, that old story, that old person, that old job, that old thing, because you're thinking that's better than what you could do, what you are, what you come from right now. Because right now is where you could find and access even greater than the greatest thing you'd ever done, by just showing up and staying in the room, starting, allowing you to express everything you're feeling, allowing yourself to say into a camera or writing down or just say into a mirror everything you're feeling, and get excited about it. And even if no one else heard it, that doesn't matter. Get excited that you're capable of accessing this space of infinite wisdom, infinite confidence, infinite content. It's all there if you stop obsessing with everything but the moment. day 54.